of sort of playing that game with the fans and with the press of like what you do know, what you want to put out there, what do you want to leave to be as a surprise?
I find it really hard because I am such a nosy person. I am like phenomenally nosy, and when I'm already grilling, and we haven't been even given an official second season yet. And I'm like, what will happen in episode 3? What will happen in episode? It's like, please, can we just sit down and like, I'm just enjoying some time with my family, but I just always want to know what's happening in the story. They have chosen to withhold certain things from us, which is actually, it's smart and it's wonderful, and so we get surprised, and there's no foreshadowing in our performance of some of the surprises that come. And there's definitely some really surprising stuff later in the season, some big twists and turns and characters behaving in very unusual ways.
What do you think about her physical look?
I actually really like it. I'm alarmed. At the start I was like, this is cool, I get to play like a gritty character, and it's it's not glamorous. So many people have come back to me on Twitter being like, you look way better as a zombie. I'm like, oh, wow. That's a real life questioner. But yeah, no, I think it's fun. It's really different. It's striking. I think it's nice for especially like a young female audience to see that not every single girl on television has to look a certain way, that you kind of take whatever it is that you are and have and work with that and make that the most beautiful version of you,
So what are the brains really made out of that you're supposed to eat? I don't know if you've ever actually
gelatin. They're like coconut agar. It's pretty disgusting. It's better than real brains, but it's not something I would ever choose to eat. I'm never having jelly ever again outside of work. We also have a spit bucket that I keep very close at hand.
So if you actually were eating brains, what characteristic would you like to language or?
Yeah, I've been thinking I'd quite like to take on a magician. I think that would be a lot of fun. Learning some of those tricks, although they're so secretive, It'd be great to get inside one of their heads. And I like the showmanship of it all. I think she'd have a lot of fun with that.
I mean, what's it like for you to play a zombie of like no zombie we've really ever seen before on TV?
It's liberating because there's not really parameters to work within. We sort of just did our own thing. I think it was really helpful. Diane and Rob did have a very strong voice and a strong sense of the tone that they wanted for the show, and I felt very guided. I think I didn't know how much freedom and creativity I had, which is probably lucky. It just sort of unfolded the way it did, and we had fun with making sure that she was still accessible and very human. That was my focus. She happens to be a zombie, but she's also still trying to interact with people and her loved ones and go about her job and learn about zombies through pop culture. Like she's watching movies to try to research. I think keeping her a very accessible human was my most kind of strong focus.
Did you read the source material at all?
Yeah, I did, absolutely. I read all of the comics before. I read the first anthology when I got the job and before we shot the pilot, and then after the pilot, before the series was picked up, I read a lot more, and it was great. I mean, I think, and I'm really proud that I think have captured the essence, and that Chris and Michael are both very happy with, who wrote and illustrated the series, with how we have brought live to life, when to live to life. And I think, it's a departure. I've worked on adaptations before, and you can never expect the visual, like the television or film version, to be the same as a novel or a comic series. They're very different medium, but I think we've done a good job. I'm happy with it.
Rob is one of those writer-producers that brings in a fan base based on his reputation. You also have the fans of the comics that were coming in. So you sort of had fans even before you aired an episode, really.
Yeah.
What was that like to do a show coming in? I guess the expectations are probably pretty high on both sides, but what was it like for you to be in the middle of that kind of perfect storm?
To be honest, it's a glass half empty, glass half full thing. Yeah, expectations were high, but also it meant that we had people who wanted to watch and were at least curious. And, it was really cool. We went to Comic-Con last year and we hadn't aired an episode and we had a fan base, and that was amazing to have these people who already knew about it and wanted to watch and were telling their friends, and that's a very hard thing when you're launching a television series to just magic up. So we were really, really grateful that we already had those fan bases, and from all of the feedback that I've received, by and large, it's been really, really good and welcoming and receptive to what we've made. So we're just grateful.
So given that the character is a zombie, but not really, like it's not like the classic style. Like, where did you like draw upon your inspiration for how to act the character and things like that?
I think I looked at tonally. I looked at Buffy a lot and Veronica Mars and what else did I watch? I was quite interested in making, I like the idea, and I think it happens a lot, we see superheroes. I think Liv is kind of a superhero in some ways. We see these superheroes as people, and they have this alter ego, and so I thought that just watching some of those kind of films and television shows as well. But Buffy, I think, rides that tone really nicely of humor and surrealism and fantasy, and then being a high school girl and just going about her business and having the same problems and questions that a high school girl has. So keeping Liv very plugged into the real world is important to me.
What's been the sort of unexpected fun or unexpected challenge of the show now that you're several episodes in? Is there anything that kind of been a surprise along the way?
Well, in episode 12, I eat 2 brains. That was one of the most challenging. It's also, I just watched the episode and I'm really happy. It's probably my favourite, but it's not easy to juggle 2 brains and live. I'm trying to ride that line of making sure that the brains didn't overwhelm her personal story and journey. But there's some very entertaining stuff that happens with them, and juggling and choosing when to draw upon those influences and when to really keep her a zombie of integrity.
What relationship are you loving playing out? Like Liv and Clive, or Liv and Robbie, or
Nice question. It depends. Different episodes. In episode 12, when she eats the 2 grains, her and Clive just make me laugh so much because, he's the one who's in the dark about it all. Robbie at least has some understanding of why she behaves the way she does, but the poor Clive, he's she just suddenly behaves in the most bizarre manners in interrogation rooms, and he's trying to read that and still maintain professionalism, and there's some really fun stuff that happens in that. Ravi and Liv, there's all sorts. Peyton and Liv have an interesting journey too. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, guys.